Welcome to the Mafia Sports Report. I am Tommy. And guys, Bills Mafia, remember when I told you yesterday? Go ahead and put your popcorn aside because that DeAndre Hopkins deal is dead. Well, things may have changed quite a bit. But first, let's go ahead and roll that intro.
This is PZ Music.
What is up, Bills Mafia? Happy Sunday to you. So listen, y'all know Ed Oliver got extended yesterday. 68 million, 45 guaranteed. I posted a video right away. I got mixed opinion. I got a lot of heat. I got a lot of people agreeing with some of what I said. So here's the deal, man. Let's get on the Ed Oliver thing, and then we'll get on the D-Hop thing. For everyone out there that's commenting that I hate that I hate Ed Oliver, I'm not a fan of Ed Oliver. That is simply not true. I have an Ed Oliver jersey. I have his rookie card. Like, I was all in on Ed Oliver, and I still am all in on Ed Oliver. However, that doesn't mean I'm totally happy about the contract that he signed. So here's the deal. I want to run through some stats, career stats for the first 4 years of Ed Oliver, in total. So he's played 62 games in total. He's 53 games started. He has 11 passes defended. He has 4 forced fumbles. He has 1 fumble recovery. He has 14 and a half sacks, 151 total tackles, 30 tackles for loss, 42 quarterback hits, 62 pressures, and 1 safety. Listen, guys, that's not impressive. I'm not saying that's bad, but that's also not worth what he just got paid. I'm going to be real with you. Now, that being said, Ed Oliver, to me, has gotten better through the years. I've seen the growth in Ed Oliver from his rookie year all the way up to going on to his 5th season. So, can he live up to this contract? Yes, of course. Of course he can, because we've seen flashes of excellence from Ed Oliver. When he's on, he is on. He makes, listen, he is super disruptive in the backfield. He puts pressure on the quarterback. He stops the run. Like, when he's on, he's like beast mode on. But when he's off, he's just off. There's no Ed Oliver to be seen, right? And that is the problem that I have and many other Bills Mafia have with Ed Oliver, is the inconsistency of Ed Oliver's play, right? He's just not consistent in a full season, right? And we want to see that. And I will say this is a big contract. A lot more criticism now is going to be brought onto Ed Oliver if he does not perform well. Meaning if he continues to be inconsistent throughout a season, there's going to be a lot more chatter, a lot more talk. There's going to be a lot more talk on Brandon Beane, Sean McDermott, because clearly Brandon Beane, Sean McDermott, and the coaching staff believe in Ed Oliver and believe that he can go to year 5 and moving forward after year 5 and be that guy that they are expecting him to be, right? Listen, he can definitely do it, right? He's young, 25 years old, right? He has. I still don't think we've seen the best of Ed Oliver yet. Okay, so I'm not going to totally dog this contract, because I'll tell you what, if it works out and he gets consistent and starts showing his worth, this deal will be a great deal. But if he doesn't, then we're probably talking about another Star Lotulelei deal, where Star had I would say he had a good season one with us, and he just fell off the map. And it was a waste of money. But I have more faith in Ed Oliver than I did Star. I'll be real with you here. That I will say, okay? But for everyone that says, like, I hate on him, I never liked him, that's simply not true. Go back to any podcast I've ever done where we've talked about Ed Oliver. I've always praised Ed Oliver. I was first to defend him when he had his supposed DUI back in 2020, I believe it was. And a lot of Bills Mafia was release him. They were hating on him. And I was not that guy. So I've had Ed Oliver's back. I've had Ed Oliver's back when people were bashing his play. So I don't want to hear that I've always hated Ed Oliver. That's simply not true. And then one more thing I will say. Listen, Bills Mafia, I love you. I love all y'all. But we're always going to have difference of opinion, right? That's what makes this show fun. That's what makes watching other podcasts fun. We all have different opinions. It is what it is. You either agree with it or don't. It's okay. It's still all love, right? And I hope I bring some kind of entertainment to you. But it's just my opinion. Listen, my opinion means absolutely nothing, right? It's just my opinion. So take it for what you want. So now going on to the D-Hop situation. So yesterday, before I knew all the contract details and what that would do as far as cap space, I was saying the D-Hop thing is probably dead in the water. And I was already probably at that point leaning towards it's not going to happen because D-Hop, it looks like he's wanting the OBJ type of contract, which honestly, the Ravens screwed a lot of teams by doing that because OBJ I'm sorry, he's not worth what they paid him, considering all his, injuries, ACL, two ACL surgeries, and he hasn't played much. And for him to get that kind of contract, of course, D-Hop's looking and saying, "Hey, I've been healthy for the most part. And I'm putting up consistent numbers. I think I deserve more. So, or the same. So, I totally understand where he's coming from in a way there. But there's been reports that Brandon Beane has talked directly with DeAndre Hopkins. That just came out today, actually. And this is after his release. So what that tells me is that Brandon Beane and DeAndre Hopkins, they know where they stand right now with what D-Hop wants and what Brandon Beane's willing to give, right? Where he's comfortable giving. Now, does that mean a deal gets done? No, but it means that Brandon Beane is definitely interested in DeAndre Hopkins. Now, with the extension of Ed Oliver, what does that do? That frees up $5 to $7 million in cap space. That for this season, okay? That is significant, right? Now, if Brandon Beane goes ahead and extends another player, let's say a Daquan Jones or a Micah Hyde or Deion Dawkins, then you're clearing up even more cap space for this season. Now, could it be for DeAndre Hopkins? Maybe. Could it be for a Justin Houston? Maybe, right? I'm just throwing that out there, guys. So this deal is still alive. It's still alive. And I got to say, if Brandon Beane winds up doing another extension soon, then I think something is definitely brewing. And the fact that Brandon Beane has something up his sleeve where there is a player or two that he wants to sign and he's making that cap space available to go ahead and get that deal done. I have a feeling that the Hopkins deal is still in play. I do. And we will see this week. I have a feeling that Hopkins is going to sign with the team this week. Now, I could be wrong. I'm not Mr. Perfect here, but I just have a weird feeling that a deal gets done for Hopkins this week, whether that be for the Bills or the Browns or the Cowboys or the Jets, wherever he's thinking about going. Houston was in play. Chiefs supposedly were in play. There's quite a bit of teams that are in play for DeAndre Hopkins. But I really believe that DeAndre Hopkins' first option would be the Buffalo Bills. The way he's talked about the Bills, the way he's talked about Josh Allen, it's just going to boil down to the money and what Brandon Beane is comfortable with and what DeAndre Hopkins is willing to take, right? Because he may take a little less to come to the Buffalo Bills than he would the Texans, right? If they can get that deal done. And maybe, just maybe, this is why Brandon Beane is making these moves with these extensions to clear up some space to go ahead and get that deal done. It's very possible. I want your thoughts on this, guys. Get back with me through the comment section. Guys, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Bills Mafia, I love you. And as always, go Bills. I'm out of here. Peace.